What if I said that November 28th, 1994 was a day that impacted the world in three completely different ways? A notorious serial killer met a brutal end in a prison gym. Norway said no to one of the most influential unions in history, and an R&B powerhouse dominated the charts with a song that still makes everybody swoon today. Buckle up. This isn't just a journey through history, it's a journey through time. I'll start with a shocking scene in Portage, Wisconsin. At the Columbia Correctional Institution, convicted serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer, infamous for his gruesome murders and cannibalistic crimes, was beaten to death by a fellow inmate named Christopher Scarver. But how did this happen? And why was Dahmer even in a position to be attacked? Dahmer was serving 15 consecutive life sentences, effectively sealing his fate in prison. However, his time behind bars was anything but quiet. According to reports, Dahmer often provoked other inmates, joking about his crimes and even shaping his food into body parts as a twisted form of humor. But this behavior didn't go unnoticed or unpunished. On November 28th, Dahmer, Scarver, and another prison inmate were assigned to clean the prison gym. The guards left them unsupervised, a decision that would prove fatal. Scarver, who harbored deep resentment toward Dahmer and his crimes, attacked him with a metal bar, leaving him fatally injured. And the story doesn't just end there. Scarver later claimed that he acted out of a moral duty, describing Dahmer as evil and saying that God had instructed him to act. Dahmer's death brought mixed reactions. Some saw it as a fitting end for a man who brought so much pain, while others criticized the prison system for failing to protect its inmates, regardless of their crimes. While that shocking event unfolded in Wisconsin, halfway across the globe, Norway was making history in the voting booths. In a nationwide referendum, the Norwegian people voted against joining the European Union. But why did this decision matter so much? And what was at stake? At the time, the EU was expanding rapidly, offering economical and political benefits to its member states. Norway, a small but resource-rich country, felt like the perfect fit. But the issue divided the nation. Proponents argued that joining the EU would strengthen Norway's economy and global influence. But opponents feared losing control over key industries, like oil and fishing, which were the backbone of the Norwegian economy. The vote wasn't just about economics. It was about identity. Norway's strong sense of independence played a huge role in the decision. When the final votes were tallied, 52.2% of the people said no to joining the EU, keeping Norway out of the EU. This decision shaped the country's future, allowing it to maintain control over its resources while still collaborating with the EU through trade agreements. To this day, Norway's choice remains a fascinating case study in balancing national sovereignty with globalization. It's a reminder that sometimes saying no can be just as powerful as saying yes. And in the world of music, Boyz II Men was still dominating the airwaves. This time with their song, On Bended Knees. This song wasn't just a hit, it was a phenomenon, dethroning their previous hit, I'll Make Love to You, to claim the #1 spot on the Billboard 100. The song became an instant classic. It tells the story of a man pleading for a second chance at love, a theme that resonated with millions. But Boyz II Men didn't just sing about love, they elevated it to an art form, blending traditional R&B with a modern twist. Their success in 1994 was part of a larger trend of R&B dominating the charts, and Boyz II Men were leading the charge. With their song On Bended Knees, they became the first artists to replace themselves as the #1 song since Elvis Presley in 1956. A statement to their incredible talent and popularity. Boyz II Men didn't just make music, they defined an era. Their ability to connect with listeners on such a deep emotional level is why their songs are still beloved even 30 years later. Can I just say, let's bring back some Boyz II Men?
Baby, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for all the wrong I've done.
And that was 30 years ago, November 28th, 1994. What do you think was the most significant event that day? Dahmer's death? Norway's dance? Boyz II Men's amazing music? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that bring history to life.